I can see that the people who push my buttons, who irritate me, who do things that are not up to my standard, are mirroring to me the fact that I can be incredibly judgmental, and the fact that I'm not always as attentive to detail as I might be, that I am not necessarily as considerate a person as I could be. And a lot of those things are directed to myself. One of the questions I ask a client when I'm doing coaching with them, and they say, well, you're telling me that I'm so irritated with my sister because she's so inconsiderate, and yet I bend over backwards to be considerate of everyone. I pride myself on being considerate, and I will put myself out and just do everything that I can to help take care of other people. And I'm going, so with all the things you're doing for other people, is it possible that you're being very inconsiderate of yourself? And they always sort of stop and go, well, yeah, I never put myself first. I don't really take care of myself. They begin to see that these other people are just mirroring back to them something about themselves. And it's not always a direct mirror. It's we call it sometimes a funhouse mirror, where everything's a little bit distorted. But I think that it's very important for us to be able to be honest with ourselves. When we're forgiving someone else, it's not all about forgiving ourselves or accepting ourselves, although ultimately it really is. But when we're forgiving someone else, and we ask ourselves the question, I wonder why this might be happening for me, we shift our perception. We begin to look at the circumstances, at the events in a very different way. We begin to see that possibly we have been misperceiving a situation. Radical forgiveness, as I said earlier, is a spiritual technology, and it is based on some spiritual ideas, that there is a higher power, that there is purpose to everything, and that every situation gives us an opportunity to learn and grow through the decisions and choices we make. And so if we make a decision that we are going to be angry with someone and stay angry from now until forever, then we're really, we're not really hurting the other person. We're really hurting ourselves. One of the things that we say is like staying angry, refusing to forgive another person, is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's really yourself that you're hurting. And so if we can look at the difficult situations that come into our lives, and I mean all of them, not just the little irritations or the inconsiderations, some really heavy-duty things, and see those situations as opportunities for us to learn and grow on a spiritual level, then we can say that situation was perfect. So back to this 4 steps tool I mentioned. We can look at it and we can say, look what I created. And it's not, look what I created, God, I must be a horrible person for setting this one up. It's, look what I created as an opportunity for me to grow, or look what I created for my personal healing. And then the second step of it is to let yourself be human. Radical forgiveness teaches that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. But we are essentially living simultaneously in two worlds. The world of spirit, we got 1 foot there, and the world of humanity, we've got 1 foot there. We're straddling the two worlds. So the second step of the 4 steps lets us acknowledge that we're human. And it says, I notice my judgments and I love myself for having them. Yeah. I'm here. My soul, for whatever reason, had the courage to come to earth and be human. Experience being human. So we get to say, yeah, I'm judgmental, and that's part of the human experience. But you know what? Step 3, I'm willing to see the perfection in the situation. Now, it's not perfection in the world of humanity. It is perfection on the level of spirit. Because there are some things that happen in our human world that nobody would ever say are perfect. The perfection lies only in the world of spirit. And then the bottom line is the 4th step, which is I choose peace. I choose the power of peace in my life. So if you keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak, if you keep your eyes on the end result that you want to achieve for yourself, which is the higher vibration of peace, of love, of compassion, of joy, of just being able to be the calm in the eye of the storm, then you can move through any experience and say, you know what? That was the most horrendous thing that ever happened to me humanly. That is a horrible thing that happened. But from the standpoint of my spiritual growth, I can say that I am truly grateful that it happened, because I am a stronger person, I'm a better person, I am able to really be compassionate in ways I was unable to be before. I can be strong. I recognize now that I have strength within me. I'm not this defective, weak person. I really have strength. I have courage. I have grown in profound ways from this experience that really, on the surface, from human eyes, looked horrible. But I'm willing to look at it from a different perspective and to look at it from who I am spiritually, and to say, thank you. Thank you for being my healing angel.